Shalom, Barak the Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakadash, all praises and glories definitely do, especially in the times we're living in. Much respects to the apostles and others of Great Millstone, and to all the brothers out there doing the work, I say Shalom. All right, I'm going to title this, Thou shalt surely drink of the cup. All right? That's going to be my title. Thou shalt surely drink of the cup. All right? And we'll find out what that cup is. All right? As we go through the scriptures, through the precepts, you'll see what it's all about. All right? And who we're talking about. All right, so we're going to start here in Jeremiah 49 and 12. Now, the first part of the scripture, right, is talking about the Israelites. So let's read it. For thus saith the Lord, and we see Lord in all caps. So, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, right? Behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. That's talking about us, Israelites, us Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans that make up the 12 tribes of Israel. All right? So we drank of that cup. Okay? And art thou he that shalt altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. Now, who's that talking about? That's talking about Esau. Okay? That's talking about Esau Edom, the white man. All right? So he's going to drink of that cup. We drank of it. He's going to drink of it. All right? And remember that we are the Lord's chosen people, the apple of his eye. Okay? We are the lot of his inheritance. Deuteronomy 32 and 9. All right? So, he had us drink of the cup. Right? And we weren't supposed to when he says that we weren't supposed, because we are the chosen people, but we broke the laws, statutes, and commandments. All right? We transgressed against the law. All right? Do you understand? And sin is transgression of the law. Okay? So we sinned. And so, as part of our punishment, as we read in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, the curses there, verse 48, 49, we'll tell you that. As a matter of fact, let's go over there. Had no intention of doing that, but let's go in the spirit. Let's go over there, Deuteronomy 28, 48, 49. All right. And here, this explains it. All right. So again, we broke the law, statutes, and commandments. So, this is why the Lord sent his enemies, our enemies, onto us. And this is going to explain it all to you right here, these two scriptures here. And we'll jump down to 64 for more understanding. Therefore, shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord Yahweh shall send against thee. See that? And our enemy sought the head rival enemy, the arch enemy is Amalek, the Amalekites. All right, who are what? Edomites. You understand? The international, banking families. The Rothschilds, Oppenheimers, Rockefellers. You understand? Those are the people behind the curtain. All right, that's your cabal. All right, your Illuminati. All right? Okay, so they, that's the wicked. All right, and the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. Okay, so they run and control all the things before you. All these puppet governments, because that's what they are, puppet governments. They're all, set up to serve them, okay, to serve the bankers on how they want those nations run, okay? You understand that? All right? All right. So, therefore thou shalt serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. Don't we have to go to them for everything, right? They own everything. There you go. All right? And as you well know, the Lord's people wouldn't own anything, right? We would be the meek, the poor, right? We would be on the bottom. Is that right? So you know that they're not the people, all right? All right. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Right, they did that. And 2/3 of our people are spiritually and mentally destroyed, all right? So he succeeded, so give him his props, all right, to Esau. All right, and the Lord Yahweh shall bring a nation. See, now it's going to tell you who that nation is, right? It's going to prove it to you. And the Lord Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from afar, from the end of the earth, in other words, from the eastern hemisphere, right? Over here onto, the western hemisphere, right? Because it all started with Columbus, all right? 1492, all right? And he came with 5 Hebrew interpreters, okay? Louis de Torres was mostly used, all right? And don't be deceived by the names, all right? Think, well, that sounds like it's not. Listen, a Sephardic Jew, all right? Okay? The Lord Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. What is the symbolism, for all these Edomite nations all throughout their history, whether you're talking about the Roman Empire, whether you're talking about, Germany, the Germans, whether you're talking about the French, whether you're talking about Spain, the Spaniards, whether you're talking the British Empire, all right, America, Babylon the Great, what is it? The eagle. You understand that? It's on their flags. That's been the symbolism of all the Edomite nations, all right, throughout their history. There you go, okay? So as swift as an eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, right? Because we all spoke Hebrew. And we'll jump down to verse 64 here. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other. The Atlantic slave trade started with the 10 northern Indian tribes. Okay. 1,100 of the tribe of Ephraim, my people, were put onto ships and shipped back to Seville, Spain. Okay. 300 survived that trip back to Seville, Spain out of the 1,100. Only 300 survived. And they were put on auction blocks and sold. And thus began the Atlantic slave trade. Okay? And this was all done under the, the guise of, not only King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella of Spain, but also under a papal bull known as the Document of Discovery, which was sanctioned by Pope Nicholas V in 1453. All right? All right. And basically what it meant was that Aboriginal, natives, and indigenous people were not allowed to own any lands. And by the way, that was never even put into law until modern day here in America, Babylon the Great. All right? And that's why those same words, Aboriginal, native, and indigenous people, you'll find those same words used in the 13th Amendment under citizens, that we are considered to be 3/5 of a human being. There you go. All right, people, let's move on, shall we? All right, let's hit some precepts here. Let's go to Psalms 11:6. All right. Oh, did I finish that? Let me get back there. Psalms, rather, Deuteronomy 28 and 49. All right. Yeah, and I said we go to 64, right? Let's see. Right. Yeah, I didn't finish reading it. All right. And the Lord Yahweh shall scatter thee, right, among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other. So that happened. And that's why when you read in the New Testament, and it's talking about Gentiles, right? It's talking about Israelites that were scattered into these Gentile heathen nations, okay? Because just like there is neither Jew nor Greek that you read in Galatians 3:28, they were known as Hellenists. And why is there no difference? Because they're both Israelites. That's who it's talking about, Israelite. So in modern day, you're not called Hellenists. You're called Gentiles. All right? So the same difference, people. You understand? All right? It's talking about Israelites that are scattered into those Gentile heathen nations. It's not talking about the heathen itself. No. It's talking about the Israelites that were scattered into those nations, right? Where they did their captivity. Okay? All right? And we're still under captivity. All right. So, from one end of heaven even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou or thy fathers have known, even a wooden stone. There you go. You know, Christianity, all that falsehood, idol worship, all right? You know, Jesus, Jehovah, Islam, whatever it is that you're into, all right, and gotten into. And again, that was all set up for your fall. It was all a snare. All that is a part of the snares that were laid for you. All right. I said I want to go. Oh, yeah. Let's go to Psalms. Go to Psalms 11 and 6, I believe. All right. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares. See that? The Lord's going to rain snares upon the wicked. All right. Fire and brimstone, the ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, that nuclear fire, and a horrible tempest, all right? This shall be the portion of their cup. You see that? And again, what's my title? He shall surely drink of that cup, all right? And you'll see what's, how further the Lord describes what that cup is and what it's about. All right, let's go to Psalm 75 and 8. For in the hand of the Lord Yahweh there is a cup, and the wine is red, and it is full of mixture, and he poureth out the same. But the dregs, you see that? Dregs, all right? Matter of fact, we need to look that word up. Thereof, but the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. You see that? All right? All right, you know what? We're going to end this here. We're going to come right back because we want to look that word up. Dregs, okay? All right, so I'm going to say shalom. We'll be right back with part 2 here, and we're going to look that word up, dregs, all right?